innocent. Therefore, Your Honor, the crankung nature that the government is trying to portray any Omondi bad light because of its failure can be best described as a political hee-hee-haga. Therefore, Your Honor, it is our prayer that any Omondi be released on free or personal bond terms. The same case that is being charged on, Your Honor, the accused persons were released on cash bail of 5,000 Kenya shillings. The same case, and any Omondi has been included as, on the other hand, that others not before the court, Your Honor. So therefore, Your Honor, being a defender of justice that you are and that you've always known, and shame the devil.
Your Honor, Mr. Mango, I will quickly follow up on legal foundations of Counsel Owino's submissions before you. What is clearly before you can best be described as an odoriferous saga. Basically, an afterthought and a clear demonstration of indolence of untold proportions and of the highest degree, illustrated by the state, and can only be attested to pure malice and persecution of the accused person before you. Why do I say this? The same demonstrations were held on the 18th of May, 2026. For the state to come in a lackluster 3 weeks after, on 5th of June, to drag our client out of the airplane, to have you face these charges, will clearly demonstrate that this is not in accordance to any law and not in pursuit of any justice. Your Honor, I'd quickly make reference to now the famous Miguna case for the state minister of Interior, as it were then. This was a case that was keenly followed by the public, and the circumstances of the arrest applies almost mutatis with the circumstances and the arrest of our client, where they were both dragged out of an airplane. When Mr. Owino has stated the statute which he relies on, and I wish to refer to the judgment by the court in that case. Your Honor, the court was very clear. Yes. Full citation. Your Honor, this is Constitutional Petition number 51 of 2018. That is Miguna versus yes. So, Your Honor, if you have and look at that case, Your Honor, the judge there, now elevated to the court to appeal, Justice Dunga, recognize the dictates of the preamble, where it states that it recognizes the aspirations of Kenyans for a government based on the essential values of human rights, equality, freedom, democracy, social justice, and more importantly, the rule of law. Justice Lunga says, in other words, the people are clear in promulgating this constitution that the constitution is the supreme law of the republic and binds all persons and state organs at both levels of government. At Article 2.1, the people meant that no person may claim or exercise state authority except as authorized under the Constitution. Councillor Owino has made reference to Article 28 on human dignity. And go again and also look at the rights of an accused person under Article 49 of the Constitution. And I will belabor the point that from a cursory look of the charge, it is clear that whoever instructed the arrest was insistent on what is now informally called the Kamata Friday modus operandi, where the arrest is meant to detain the accused persons past the 24-hour rule. Your Honor, despite pleading by counsel for the accused for the police to issue a police bond or a police cash with the arrest person, they declined that invitation, prompting the accused person to spend close to now 72 hours behind the police custody. And that is why we are before you today pleading to this court to release the accused person on a bail of personal cognizance. And why are we saying personal cognizance? Not long ago, as I sit, because I want to take much of your time, we initially appeared before your sister, Honorable Rufina Aleko, and this was the maiden appearance of Honorable Owino. It was admitted to her, where in criminal misdemeanors application E2362 of 2025, this year's application to withhold one Suleiman Wanjau Bilali and Robert Otiti Elwak for 30 days pending further investigations. Your Honor, why I'm making reference to this particular case is that what is unique to this case, and I can apply to this case, is that the two respondents, as they were then, were citizens of great holding in this public. Suleiman Wanjau Bilali then was an Olympic gold medalist in the 2000 Sydney Olympics. Robert Otiti Elwak is former Harambee Stars captain who scored 9 goals when Kenya beat Somalia 12-0. So there is a way and manner in which the criminal justice system has been crafted to now taint this image of Kenyans who have done extraordinary things for this public and things of public interest to help the public good and taint their image and their good. Mr. Omondi has made us laugh, has made the nation laugh. So, Your Honor, we will be asking this honorable court to consider our application for bail, and for that only reason, release him on bail of personal cognizance. Your Honor, I rest my case.
Your Honor, just want to add one thing. My name is Nakorenya. Your Honor, we want to urge this honorable court to resist the temptation of escorting the prosecution to realize ulterior motive. The sole purpose why Eric Omondi is before this honorable court is clearly for him to be punished. Your Honor, I want to urge this court to take notice of the state of affairs in this country. It is very clear that the prosecution has engaged in a fishing spree. Your Honor, given that the right of innocence is guaranteed to the accused person, that right escorts the accused person from now to the very end of determination. Finally, Your Honor, the fact that we made effort for him to be admitted to police bond, and that was denied, Your Honor, I submit that the rights of the accused person now were being subverted. And for that reason, the prosecution has already realized its ulterior motive, objective of pretrial detention. We submit, Your Honor, that for that reason, the accused person has already suffered. His rights have already been subverted. We plead with this honorable court that you admit him to a free court. I submit.
Now that the particular function is not different, the potential application it was attaining a function, an event, as an entertainer that it is, where it was meant to be paid. Now that particular payment will not be done, he has lost income. That particular ticket that he had paid was in a plane where he was landlord of the plane, he was not paid back. So, the unfortunate thing is that he should have been something, instead of how they went for humble movement and getting from the plane. And you, all those individuals in the plane are potential clients to him as an entertainer. So who is meant to contract him again if they see him as a criminal? So we humbly pray that he will exist so that he can actually go ahead and discharge his contract obligations with a particular client, and we pray for him to be based on the public. It means that he cannot pray, he's well known, look at the court behind him. And all of them are waiting for him at the end of the day. Because as Councillor Mango says, he runs something called CCC, where he assists Kenyans. CCC was where he assists Kenyans. Those who are unable to pay school fees, those who are unable to even to attend court matters and pay. He now is able to assist Kenyans. So I believe he's a good citizen. And let us not allow that execution, seeing that the mode of the prosecutor, I don't think that the prosecutor the issue where you can go down and export and you can go home.
Ms. Martina. Yes, we are firm believers that the judiciary is independent. That is what the law provides, and that should be, and it should be independent from orders above. Contrary to what the police are practicing, this is a court of law. Independence should be primal, should be integral in the decision making. Your Honor, the main essence of bail is primarily to secure the attendance of an accused person in court. The accused person here, Mr. Omondi, does undertake that he will be present as and when needed in court. Therefore, pretrial detention will be a waste of resources and it is not necessary, and it should be as a matter of last resort. It is not a secret that this is a man of the people. However, he has become an enemy to the state. But that we can argue another day. But as of today, Your Honor, there is absolutely no justification or no compelling reasons that have been fashioned by the prosecutor to deny Mr. Omondi bail. Therefore, ours is to pray that you grant him a free bond, as my colleagues have submitted before you, and that is what I wish to submit.
I'll conclude.
To the sentiments of my fellow councillors, I'd like to point out that the Oxford Dictionary defines compelling reasons as something so grieving, so strong, so convincing, and undeniable. Therefore, if the prosecution is to oppose bail, they only need to demonstrate this court through evidence. Our client, they cannot be able to trace our client. It seems that he is a public personality, and that it is very convincing that Omondi shall not attend duties to the summons of this court shall not attend, shall not comply with the directions of this court. And the general principles that govern the right of bail and bond, one of them being that the balance of the rights of the accused person and the interest of justice and consideration of the rights of the victim. The prosecution is therefore mandated to demonstrate to this court that justice shall be hindered if our client is not in this court. That is all.
I'll conclude. My name is Owino. I think Mr. Babu had something else to say, to add one thing.
Just 1 minute, Your Honor. Something just crossed my mind, that the charges of obstruction of motor vehicles in town. Your Honor, if politely, if you are generous enough, if you can give us warrant of arrest to arrest the said DCI officers who went to JKIA to obstruct a plane while it was almost taking off, Your Honor. We will not need the DCI to make the arrest. We have enough citizens here. We can go and make citizens arrest.
Thank you, Your Honor. My submission is I don't want to lose track on the bail and bond policy issues. One, Eric has a humble abode within Nairobi. They were fighting. Eric is not at flight risk. Eric has demonstrated times before that he has attended court religiously in other matters, and that is public knowledge, so he will attend to this court. I agree with my colleagues in the end that if for anything, please allow him on free bond. Second last issue, yes. Second last issue is something very simple. We are calling circumvention of Article 49(1), the right for the accused person to be brought to court within 24 hours. You know that this is a person who would have summoned on Monday, summoned on Tuesday, summoned on Wednesday, and Thursday. But they strategize to arrest him on a Friday. The goal is to circumvent the 24-hour rule. This circumvention, I can equate it to tax evasion, where somebody decides he's not going to pay tax but use different mechanisms to evade the tax. It is criminal. Now, this form of circumvention that the DCI and the prosecution have done is in itself unconstitutional because it has led to illegal detention of Eric Omondi. We are starting this game 1-0 down. Eric has been illegally detained. His rights have been trampled upon. Today, we plead with you to raise the game whether 1-1 or 2-1. That is allowing a free bail. We will come before you and defend the matter accordingly. Unless any of us, because I know we have so many of our colleagues, has something else to say, we will allow you.
I already said that my name is we pray that we deliver the ruling extempore so that our client can go and meet his contractual obligations. I'm reminded should go and mention.
The prosecution is not opposed to the accused person being granted cash bail or bond. I pray that this court will be guided by the bail and bond policy. On the issue of the improvement of the accused rights, I
We informed that we had previously been found by a phone call by the investigation officer and prepared to appear severally. Efforts to place him on free trial, leading to discover that he was being drugged, which led to subsequent arrest at the airport. And we found that his boarding time was 12:20, and we had not yet boarded the plane. He was arrested at the ground, so he had boarded the plane. There are issues of constitutional infringements of at least constitutional rights and rights are issues that can be handled before the High Court. I repeat that we are not opposed. And at this, I don't, but not continue.
One thing that is important, his mobile phones were confiscated again for credible obstruction or otherwise phones were confiscated. One is iPhone.
The forensic.
Arrest. And now that there is no affidavit on record by the said investigating officer surrounding the circumstances, because we hold a totally different position. Your Honor, it is clear, first of all, he was not flying outside the country. He was flying to Kisumu. So there was absolutely no need even to confiscate his travel documents. In fact, it is a permanent and plea before this court that he lost his economic income because he was to perform in a show which he now did not attend due to the arrest. So that is not factual, just a clarification on that. And Your Honor, just to say the least, these items and the offense, there is absolutely no correlation. There is absolutely no correlation with a traffic offense. I don't know what it has to do with forensics with the phone. It is just another way to circumvent and deny him his personal property. I mean, iPhone, is it a 14? 14. That is high-end kind of machine that is used to procure proper services to the clients. So he's being denied his right to income. Without having trade. That's it. Tool of trade, yeah? Yes, it's tool of trade.
Yes, it shows that battery. Yes, Your Honor. For purposes of pretrial disclosures, we would seek that they expedite. We want to crash this. He has a lot of things to focus on. We finish the expedition, hearing and determination of this offense. So it will be furnished with the statements that we wish to rely upon, and any other documentary evidence that even now we are able to pick, so that we can have the inventory. And in fact, the items that Mr. Wade made reference to, Mr. Omondi says that he's he signed an inventory of this. Just want to do that if on use of the mobile phone, the phone yes. Yes, I was just thinking if you could manage to even allow controlled access to the phone, because he has phone numbers as of now, because that's where his business is.
and we are praying that because we already have the DCI officers around the courtroom, we are being well informed that they could be making an arrest. If you allow us, we work with Eric Omondi just right now, Your Honor. Yes. Okay. Otherwise, thank you, Your Honor, for your wisdom.